Hello, hello, hello. Hey everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? Hope you guys are doing great. Had a good day. Just giving you another minute here before we get started. Well, I'll go ahead and get started. This is part of the book review of Dr. Don Colbert's book called Stress Less. This is the cover on the tablet. And this chapter tonight is the power of attitude to create or relieve stress. So sometimes your attitude can create stress for you, and sometimes your attitude can help relieve it. Depends on which way you want it to go. First off, he defines in the book attitude as being a manner of acting, feeling, or thinking that reveals a person's disposition or their thoughts and opinions. Because we often hear, wow, what an attitude, change that attitude. But, it's your thoughts and your feelings that shape your attitude. And it's not that just the attitude magically appeared, it's the thoughts and feelings behind your attitude that you want to take a look at. There are attitudes that can create stress and attitudes that can help relieve and turn off the stress. So the attitudes that can create stress are, as you might guess, a pessimistic attitude or being impatient. I can be impatient. Criticism, people who are pushy or grumpy. And these things, they affect our body negatively. You can just kind of feel it, feel your body tensing up when you have this, and it affects your health. So, and the Dr. Colbert, he refers to these kinds of attitudes as being like distorted thoughts, and goes on to say that, like, when we complain, what we're not seeing is we're not seeing the goodness of things going on in our lives. And we can get focused on ourselves of what it is that we want and how we want it, and how we want it, how we want our coffee made, or whatever. And sometimes basically he's saying that comes down to pride. If you have studied the Bible at all, it does talk about pride as being the root of all other sins. So kind of whatever sins are going on, we can trace it back to pride as being the root. And it also says pride comes before a fall. And we certainly don't want to fall, so we definitely want to be careful with our attitudes. Now, there are the other attitudes that can help us alleviate stress, and those are the good attitudes. The contentment and appreciation are the main topics that Dr. Colbert talks about in this book, but also there's forgiveness and love and compassion for others. And what we need to do is, like, if we're caught up in a negative attitude, just tell her, put a break on it and start practicing the positive attitudes. And that will help heal your body and heal your emotions too. Now, the attitude of contentment that he talks about, if you were to ask, well, how can I become content with everything going on? We have to learn to be content by keep focusing our minds on being content, and it shouldn't matter whether it's an internal or, it shouldn't matter the external things in life shouldn't affect that. You can be content without looking at those things, whether you're hungry or you're full, or whether you're living in your dream home or your starter home. Those kind of things shouldn't play a factor into it. You can still be content in your starter home, or be content. Well, it's kind of hard to be content when you're hungry, but you can kind of turn it off a little bit until you can take care of it. But and another thing he talks about is, in terms of having contentment, is to give up striving. Now, there may be some argument on this that, well, you got to strive to get what you want, but sometimes when we get kind of an overload of I gotta have, then, you know, and where we're saying, I got to do this, I'm the one that's got to make all this happen, you know, that's kind of where you need to watch out a little. Quoting him, kind of paraphrase quoting him, he says, we cannot make anything of real worth happen on our own. I mean, we can certainly go out and get jobs, but, you know, jobs and houses and find friends, but we must have faith to receive what we need, when we need it, and the ways we need it most. And that's where you're going to have your ideal situation come up, where it'll be the perfect job when you have faith that's going to come about, or the perfect house in the perfect neighborhood, or at least best or better. So, and finally, in closing, the comment is to just be thankful for what you have. And I just had to use that 15 minutes ago, where I was looking at a situation and I just realized, you know, I just need to be thankful. This could have been so much worse. So, and it just kind of turned me around. And it's on a case-by-case basis. It's not like you all of a sudden one day wake up and say, okay, I'm going to start having a positive attitude every day for the rest of my life. Yeah, that'll last about 10 minutes. Yeah. So, you know, so it's on a case-by-case basis as you're running into things that you can do these things. So that's mostly what I wanted to cover in this particular chapter tonight. If you have any questions, I'll be posting this video in a few minutes. And hey, George. Hey, Carolyn. How you guys doing? I'm going to be posting this video in a few minutes, and if you want to make some comments, please feel free to, and I totally appreciate you guys watching. Have a good evening. Bye.